Alright, so hey guys, and welcome back. If you guys have watched the past couple of videos, you've noticed that I've had a different hair color other than my red that I had before. I recently bleached my hair, I want to say about a month or two ago. I can't necessarily remember now. It's been a minute. I've been working a lot nonstop. So it's kind of like a purplish gray, but underneath it is bleached. So immediately following bleaching my hair felt very crispy and whatnot. So I had to repair it because it did not look as good as it looks right now. It did not feel that great either. My hair was shedding a lot more than it normally would. It was bits and pieces would break off. You know, that happens generally though when you color and bleach your hair that's already been pre-colored, pre-bleached, everything in the past. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks as to how I have repaired my hair and got it back to this state. It's not completely up to the health that I would like it to be, but again, I'm going to share with you how I got it to look nice and not fried and whatnot. Some things that you can do yourself at home instead of getting like $100, $200 treatments at the salon. So let's get into it. So starting off, for maintenance and toning, for example. So when you bleach your hair, you don't want to put permanent color over top of it. Yes, I understand that a lot of people like to use permanent cream toners like Wella. Most common one is T18 or T18 with T14, which is something that I initially did. I'm not here to knock on that, but it will damage your hair further because you're putting permanent hair color over top of already bleached, damaged hair. So what I've been doing over the past couple of months, every couple of weeks or whatnot, when my hair starts to get like really brassy and whatnot, there's a reason why it looks more purple, is instead of using T18 or any kind of permanent colored toner on my hair, what I have decided to do instead is use semi-permanent hair color. And the way that I achieve this color, if you guys are interested, because it's not necessarily silver, it's not necessarily gray, it's not necessarily purple, it's a combination of all of them. You don't necessarily have to use purple semi-permanent dye, but I do mix it with this. I've been using the Ion Color Brilliance Brights in the color Titanium. There's also a violet gray that I mix this with. I'm out of that. I'm going to have to go get that soon. But I mixed that with that. Put in a little bit of conditioner because the Ion Color Brilliance line is a little bit of a thicker dye, and I don't want to have to, buy 4 or 5 or 6 packets just to cover my thick hair, which even though it may not look that thick, I promise you girl, it is thick. Along with that, I'll also mix in like a random semi-permanent dye that I have. I think I'm going to go with a blue-based dye next time. I literally only add like a tiny little squirt and it brightens it, because with this color that I use from Arctic Fox, it's Purple Rain. You can't really see it, but it says Purple Rain down there. I literally take a little squirt, and because it's so pigmented, it really does make it more purple to cancel out those yellow and slightly more orange tones in my hair, to avoid getting like patchy, disgusting, ugly looking hair. And I feel like it has helped. Now with semi-permanent dye, it does not actually damage your hair. It's a conditioner essentially with color mixed in. So that's how I've been avoiding damaging my hair further while keeping up with the maintenance of my blondish, silverish, purplish hair. So that's one of the biggest things that you can start with. Mainly, damage happens in the bathroom. By bathroom, let me specify further, I mean in the shower. There are some things that you can do to help maintain the health of your hair and even get it even healthier. So, with that being said, there are certain shampoos and conditioners out there that have like silicones, that have sulfates, parabens. I'm sure you guys have heard all of this. I'm sure this also isn't the first video that you've watched on trying to repair your hair, if that's why you guys are here. So, one of the biggest things that I like is having a boar bristle brush. Now this has plastic bristles, but they are very flexible. You don't want anything hard on your hair. The boar bristles will help distribute the oils that are at your scalp that can't reach your ends down, essentially, when you brush your hair. It's also softer because the bristles are actually flexible, so they don't rip your hair out. Also, when you're brushing, try and start from the bottom. I know I just started from the top, but it's because my hair was already brushed and whatnot. So if you can, try and get a brush similar. You can find one at Big Lots, at Dollar Tree, no matter where you go. One of the biggest things too that I will say along with that, do not brush your hair when it is wet. Please do not brush your hair when it is wet, because that will cause your hair to become stringy, elastic, and break off, or essentially stretch to the point that it just rips off. It's not good for your hair unless you want to have broken looking, nasty kind of hair. I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but it does happen to a good majority of us with, chemically processed hair. So please, if you can get a brush like that, use that. Also use a wide tooth comb when you're in the shower distributing your conditioner or whatnot in your hair. You can also get like a flexible hairbrush to help shampoo your roots. Do not shampoo your ends, please. You do not need to shampoo your ends. I know a lot of people are concerned about product buildup. Every once in a while, it's good to use a clarifying shampoo, but you do not need to do that all the time, because the water in the shampoo that you start with at your roots will move down your ends. It's fact. It happens. So, with that being said, something that I personally do every time when I wash my hair, which is every 2 to 3 days, is I will put a hair mask on my hair with some hair oil in my roots and at the top of my head, where my roots do get dry quite often, especially because it's winter time here now. So something that I like to do, some products that I'll show you guys, I'll deep condition my hair for half an hour to say 2 hours before I actually hop into the shower. That's what I'll be doing pretty soon, because I'm on day 3 of my hair and my hair needs to be washed. So some of the products that I use, what I'll essentially do for my roots when I'm doing this whole process is I'll only put oil on my roots. So I use this extra virgin coconut oil that I got by Wholesome Pantry from ShopRite. This thing, I swear, is going to last me for forever. I'll use like 2 teaspoons of that or something, and I'll mix it with this, I got this from Target. It is Pacifica's Scalp Love Rosemary Mint Serum. And my biggest favorite thing in the world, especially for trying to grow out my hair, is this Jamaican black castor oil. This one is coconut, but the other one that I like to use is the lavender oil. This one's by Jamaican Mango and Lime. So I'll use maybe about a teaspoonful of this, and I'll only use maybe about 2 actual squeezers of this. I forget what it's called. My bad, guys. But I'll essentially warm up the castor oil and the coconut oil in the microwave, and then when that's finished, I'll actually also put, I do have it over here, I will put 2 droppers of this, that's what it's called, 2 droppers of this into there, mixed with a couple pumps of this pure argan oil from Shea Moisture. And then whatever I have left over, you could always do like the same thing over again. I will mix in with a couple handfuls of this raw sugar mighty curls with papaya butter, coconut, and hemp seed oil, as well as this Emerge Back to Life hair mask. So I'll mix all that stuff together, and I'll put that strictly on my ends. Again, I'll let it sit for half an hour to 2 hours. You don't need to leave it on all day long or all night long. You can, because it's not damaging. I just don't want to over condition my hair. Next thing that I'm going to work with, because I'm almost out of this, you can use any good old deep conditioner and oil concoction that you want, but I just picked this up. This is Pantene's Gold Series Moisture Boost Conditioner, and I'm going to be mixing it with this Heritage by Mindy McKnight. 2 other really good masks. As you can see, I like to have 2 of everything because there are beneficial properties to everything and whatnot. So after that, when I'm in the shower, like I was saying, that's where a lot of the damage happens when your hair is wet and whatnot. I'll only use a wide tooth comb, and I'll use the hairbrush to just literally massage the shampoo in my roots, pick up any dandruff, any flakes, any oils that are up in my roots. And then I will, along with that, the shampoo and conditioner that I'm using right now, look for anything that says repairs damage or moisturizing, or you don't want to overload your hair with protein. I learned that the hard way, but you can use that every once in a while. But the ones that I'm currently using, these are a little bit on the pricier side. I got these from Ulta. Everything else I got from like Target and Walmart, and the hair color I got from Sally's. Anyhow, this is BondiBoost HG shampoo and conditioner for hair growth. These things, they smell amazing, like tea tree oil, I will say that. If that scent bothers you, you can get other products. Again, you don't have to use these, but I've had the large conditioner bottle and the small shampoo bottle for, I want to say, about 2 to 3 months now, and these things are freaking amazing. I still have at least half a bottle of shampoo left because, again, I only really use it on my roots, and I only need to shampoo my hair once. Essentially, I'll leave the conditioner on for like 5-10 minutes, something like that, however long it takes me to wash my body. But for blonde maintenance, you could also get something like this, which these smell amazing too. They are TG's BedHead Dumb Blonde shampoo and Reconstructor conditioner. These are good. The shampoo is actually, that's Reconstructor. The Reconstructor's orange, but shampoo is literally purple. Oh, I always do that. So, and it smells amazing. It smells floral, so you can always get that. These are a little bit pricey too, but they will last you for forever because they're 25.36 fluid ounces. Now, I've had those for a while. I'll use them every once in a while when I'm trying to touch up my hair, or, you know, it needs a little toning and whatnot. So there's that. Next thing. Now, when I get out of the shower, one of the things that makes me cringe anymore, just because I've been doing this for so long, is when people use actual bath towels for their hair. I don't do that anymore. You can. I'm not going to judge you for it, but I will say, do not excessively rub your hair because that will cause your hair to become frizzy. Any broken, damaged parts of your hair that you have will become more broken and damaged. You will create more split ends. It's just common knowledge. So if you're going to use a bath towel, please do not excessively scrub your hair. Just wrap it up, leave it be, let it dry. And again, use a wide tooth comb when your hair is wet. I like to use like a silk t-shirt. Can't really tell it's silky, but it's soft. Doesn't sound like a bath towel. I'll literally flip my hair upside down, wrap it up, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Sometimes before I even put that on my hair, I'll squeeze out excess moisture and I'll put this in. Always try and use a leave-in conditioner, especially when your hair is damaged, because it will help. I promise you. Again, I love this brand, Emerge. This is my main BFF leave-in conditioner. It's for curly, coily textures. My hair is thick. It is also super curly, although it doesn't look this way right now, and I'll tell you why in a second. Part of it's from damage, but part of it's from another thing. So I will essentially put this in my hair. I will wrap my hair up. I will leave it up for about good 10-15 minutes, however long it takes to get from being super wet to barely damp. And by barely damp, I mean literally almost dry. Oh, along with that, I know it seems like a lot, but again, my hair is dry. I like to use a lot of oil. That's why I said that. I use this Carol's Daughter Goddess Strength. I only use a little bit on my fingertips. It's a 7-oil blend hair and scalp oil for dry hair. This also has castor oil and black cumin seed. I won't use this in my oil treatment. I'll use this specifically to stimulate my hair for regrowth, and because I want to restore some of that oil back to my hair that I just lost from washing my hair and whatnot. But after that, after I take my hair down when it's nearly dry, I will use one of two products. You don't want to over keratinize your hair, over moisturize it, because that can also cause it to become dull, or it can become weaker due to something with the bonds in your hair. So I'll switch this up every once in a while. It's a 10. This is a little bit expensive, but it's a Miracle Even product. It really does help. I promise you guys, it really does help. When I'm not using that, I'll use this Keratin protein leave-in conditioner. It's literally a spray. You can't really spray it into your hands. It's more like a watery consistency and whatnot, but it's by Hask. I will spray this all over my head. I will let my hair be unwrapped, let it sit for like a good 5-6 minutes. And after I let it sit, again with BondiBoost, I'll use this rapid repair serum. It's supposed to help prevent any further split ends, as well as help kind of put a barrier on those ends that are already split and seal them essentially to keep them from splitting further. This stuff is also amazing. It is literally like a little white thing, literally a leave-in conditioner. Technically, you're supposed to put this on wet hair. Sorry guys, I'm talking for a long time now. But essentially just run it through your ends just like this. Try and avoid anything above your ends. I mean, you can put it through your mid-lengths where you have your breakage, but do not put it on your roots, because that will cause your hair to become greasy. It'll become very, very sticky, and it just won't feel the best, because it's mainly for damaged hair. But yeah, that's basically what I do. I will let my hair air dry, essentially. Also, sometimes I'll even put this in when my hair is wet, but I mainly use this when my hair is dry, immediately following shower, when my hair is completely dry, or when I'm wrapping my hair up, which I will tell you guys about that in a second, just to keep some, I guess you would call it, moisture on my ends and protect them again. Sometimes my mid-lengths, but really it's mainly my ends, and by ends I mean from where my finger is down to here. It's the L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil. It's got camellia and sunflower oils for deep nourishment. This stuff is amazing. Along with that, I will switch off with this serum. It's a shine serum, and it has marula oil. It's from Tresemme. It's their Keratin Smooth line. Again, it's got a little pump. There's oil in here, or it's technically a serum. Angie. And I've also had this for forever. I've had these 3 products right here, the Tresemme, the L'Oreal, and this Joico K-Pack Color Therapy for like forever, literally almost a year now, and I'm still not even finished these bottles. I literally just take a little bit of this. It's the Joico K-Pack Color Therapy Restorative Styling Oil when my hair is dry, and I'll literally just put it on my ends, and my ends will feel like I've never put color on them before, like it's my natural hair texture, everything. So essentially, I will use those for maintenance. And one of the biggest things too, to help repair your hair, avoid heat styling if you can. Please avoid heat styling as much as possible. If you want to have straight hair, what you can essentially do is wrap it, take your hair, part it more to one side, and essentially take a brush, and you can use a beanie, you can use a bonnet, whatnot, put it on your head beforehand. Or you can use the bobby pin method, which there's several videos of that online, while your hair is essentially wet. But I do this while my hair is dry or damp, almost dry, because I can get away with it because my hair is not super coily. But if your hair is super coily, I definitely suggest checking out bobby pin method. But essentially, put the beanie, the bonnet, whatnot on your head after you part it. And literally, all you do is wrap up your hair. Make sure it's all smoothed out in the back. again with your brush. You don't necessarily have to use a wide tooth comb when your hair is dry, which is why I like to wait until my hair is dry. But essentially smooth all of it forward and keep stretching it and just essentially wrap it. And I'll take my beanie and I'll spin it a couple of times and all these hairs up here will lay flat. But essentially that's why my hair looks pretty straight. It's not completely pin straight, and I'm okay with that. I used to always want my hair pin straight when I was living that emo scene phase for a while. But nowadays I don't really mind that it's not completely straight because I avoid heat damage from straightening my hair. And also it takes a lot less time to do that than it does to straighten your hair. Because then you just literally let it sit on your head for about 2 hours. That's what I like to do, at least 2 hours, or until you feel like it's straight, because the natural heat from your scalp will help to distribute around your hair. I think that's how I want to say it, yeah. And essentially it'll help to naturally straighten your hair with the heat you have from your head. So you can leave it on overnight, you can leave it on for 2 to 3 hours. Also try and use a silk pillowcase or softer pillowcases, blah blah blah, than the regular ones, because that will help your hair so much, especially if you sleep with your hair down. If you can though, try and put it up in a protective style like a braid or a bun or something like that when you sleep, because I promise you, you will avoid so much more damage from friction up against your pillowcase. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Also, actually really quick, protein treatments every once in a while are good. They're rated for every 4 to 6 weeks if you can avoid it. If you can avoid doing it every 4 to 6 weeks, I would suggest maybe every 3 months, just to help maintain, the protein, all that stuff that was stripped away from your hair when it was bleached or colored. You don't want to do that all the time, but that's a Pureplex Revolutionary Hair Repair System. I got that from Target for about $20. I've already used it twice for this length of hair, and my hair, I swear, it feels so good. It feels so much better than it has ever since I bleached it. When I started out with, just basically bleached hair. So these are basically all my tips and tricks. Questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If anything I said is improper or unjust, please let me know as well down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Keep on rocking. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for the next video. Yeah, bye guys.